Hi, Joseph. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. To start, you are now joining the second season of Halo, which already had kind of established a world in which we're connecting to the humanity of these characters instead of the action sequences we kind of know Halo the game for. And so for you, did you have any trepidation about coming into the sophomore season of a show like Halo?
No. Because uh because I was hired by David Weiner, who's the new showrunner for season
Mhm.
two, and he has sort of reimagined Halo. So even though it's the second season, for me, well, it's my first season, it's his first season, and I feel like it's kind of like a first season for the show because the show is so different. I felt like uh, very quickly after stepping on set that all of the actors there not only were incredibly talented, but also were all about elevating the material as a whole and making the best show possible. And I think that's what we've done. I feel like we've maintained a more consistent level of action through the entirety of season two, and yet it's much more character driven. We learn a lot more about these people, who they are and why they're doing what they're doing, and we'll invest in them. That's our goal, to help people invest in the characters and to relate to them. Even though we're in a fantasy sci-fi setting, we want to create grounded and characters that are anchored in reality that people will feel with and for. So I was just really excited to be a part of that. Um, and I just trusted David, and I trusted that the writing was so good, of such a high level, knowing his work previous to that, that I knew that I was in safe hands, and that I was excited to see what I could bring to it.
Yeah, and what I do, like I said before, what I do really like about the show is how it is so rooted in kind of like the humanity of these characters and bringing them to life in a human way. For you as an actor, is that something that helps you when you're grounding characters that are in this science fiction world?
I think it's imperative. You have to, because otherwise it's like it's popcorn. It's like you know, there's no investing in it. There's no stakes if you don't care about the characters, right? So you have to care about them. So
Mhm.
that's why we have to have real characters in fantasy situations, because then we really feel for them and we invest in them. So we need to, in order to invest in them, we need to get to know them, and we need to understand their hopes and their dreams and the tragedies in their lives, and that way we'll care about them when they are put at risk, and when they have to make these difficult choices. We know that why they're making the choices they make, and what weight is upon them to make those. And so I think that's always, I'm a huge fan of genre of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, and I've worked in a lot of it because I love it.
Mhm.
And I think that that's always something I'm looking for. How do we anchor this character? How do we ground them and make it feel so real, even though this is such a fantastic moment?
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I can't wait for people to get to see season two, and I think they're going to really love it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Uh,
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great one.